How your brain creates memories. The incredible story of every memory you keep. Imagine waking up tomorrow and not remembering your name, your family, your friends, or even who you are. It sounds like something from a science fiction movie, but for millions of people living with memory disorders, it's a heartbreaking reality. So, have you ever wondered how your brain remembers your first day at school, your favorite song, or the face of someone you love? Where are these memories stored? Does your brain have a tiny filing cabinet, a hidden hard drive, or is something even more extraordinary happening inside your head? Today, we're going on an incredible journey inside the most complex object in the known universe, the human brain. We'll discover how memories are created, why some memories last forever while others disappear within seconds, and what really happens inside your brain every time you learn something new. Let's begin. Every memory starts with a single moment. Imagine you're walking through a park when suddenly a beautiful butterfly lands on your hand. Your eyes instantly capture the image. Light enters your eyes and is converted into electrical signals. These signals travel along the optic nerves at incredible speed until they reach the visual cortex at the back of your brain. But seeing isn't remembering. Not yet. At the same time, your ears record the sound of birds singing. Your skin feels the gentle breeze. Your nose detects the scent of fresh flowers within milliseconds. Your brain combines all these separate pieces into one complete experience. But one important question remains. Should this moment be remembered or forgotten forever? Meet the hippocampus, a small curved structure buried deep inside your brain. Think of it as your brain's master librarian. Every second, millions of pieces of information arrive here. Most are instantly thrown away. The color of a stranger's shoes, the sound of a passing car, the hundreds of tiny details your brain decides simply aren't important. If your brain stored everything forever, it would quickly become overwhelmed. Instead, it carefully chooses what deserves to stay. But how does it decide? The answer is attention. When you're fully focused, your brain releases chemicals that strengthen communication between nerve cells. When you're distracted, those connections remain weak. That's why you can read an entire page while thinking about something else. And remember almost nothing. Attention is the doorway to memory. Now let's look closer. Inside your brain are approximately 86 billion neurons. Think of them as tiny living computers. Each neuron connects to thousands of others, creating an enormous communication network. When you experience something new, certain neurons begin firing together. Electrical signals race through these networks. Tiny gaps between neurons, called synapses, become incredibly active. Here, chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters carry information from one neuron to the next. One of the most important is glutamate. It tells neighboring neurons. This information matters. The more often these neurons fire together, the stronger their connection becomes. Scientists call this process long-term potentiation. It may sound complicated, but its idea is beautifully simple. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every new memory physically changes your brain. That's right. Your brain is literally rewiring itself every time you learn something. Now imagine you're studying for an important exam. The first time you read the material, the connections are weak. By reading it again, testing yourself, and reviewing it over several days, those pathways grow stronger and stronger. Eventually, remembering becomes almost effortless. This is why repetition works. You're not just reviewing information, you're building stronger neural highways. But memory isn't only about facts. Emotion changes everything. Imagine 2 ordinary days. On one day, you quietly eat breakfast. On another, you narrowly avoid a serious car accident. Years later, which day will you remember more clearly? The second one. Because emotional experiences activate another important brain structure, the amygdala. When something exciting, terrifying, or deeply meaningful happens, the amygdala tells the hippocampus, this is important, save it. Stress hormones like adrenaline help strengthen those memories. That's why many people vividly remember where they were during major world events, or the happiest day of their lives. Emotion acts like a highlighter pen for your memory. But here's something even more surprising. Your brain keeps working long after you've fallen asleep. As you enter deep sleep, the hippocampus begins replaying the day's experiences. Again, and again, and again. It's almost like watching the highlights of your day. During this process, important memories are transferred to different parts of the cerebral cortex where they can remain for years, even decades. This is one reason why good sleep is essential for learning. Without enough sleep, memory formation becomes much less effective. Now let's talk about forgetting. Most people think forgetting is a problem. In reality, it's one of your brain's greatest superpowers. Imagine remembering every face you've ever seen, every conversation you've ever heard, every number, every sound. Your brain would become buried beneath useless information. Instead, it constantly removes weak or unimportant memories to make room for new ones. Forgetting isn't failure, it's intelligent organization. Scientists also know that every time you remember something, you slightly rewrite it. Your memories aren't perfect video recordings. They're living stories reconstructed by your brain. That's why two people can experience the same event, yet remember it differently years later. Every memory changes you, and every time you remember it, you change the memory. Isn't that incredible? Even now. As you're watching this video, your brain is creating new memories. New connections are forming. Billions of neurons are communicating. Tiny chemical messengers are racing across trillions of synapses. Without you even noticing, your brain is quietly reshaping itself. Every skill you've mastered, every language you've learned, every face you've recognized, every person you've ever loved exists because of this astonishing biological process. Your memories make you who you are. They tell your story, they guide your decisions, they shape your personality, and they connect your past to your future. The next time you remember your childhood, recognize a familiar face or learn something new. Take a moment to appreciate what's happening inside your head, because hidden beneath your skull, the most powerful learning machine in the known universe is writing the next chapter of your life. If you enjoyed this journey inside the human brain, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more documentary-style adventures, exploring the incredible science of the human body. Until next time, stay curious.